Obesity, cancer, diabetes, renal issues, Alzheimer's, heart disease, and other chronic diseases are becoming more common in the United States. And here's the worrisome part: most of us assume we're eating something safe when we sit down to eat. But have we ever really thought about what's in our food? What is the truth? A lot of the foods we eat every day have substances that are illegal in other nations. Chemicals that may cause cancer. Additives that can make you sick. Even processed meats are thought to be as bad for your health as cigarettes. Yes, cigarettes. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been warning people that our food supply is slowly poisoning us, while major companies are making billions of dollars at the same time. If your ketchup can slowly wear down your heart and your bread can lawfully include the same chemical used in yoga mats, what else are we ingesting without knowing? Let's stop being quiet. This is the Downturn Report, where the truth hits home. First, bread, that warm, cozy piece on your plate. It's so easy and safe, right? Nope. The bread we eat now is very different from the simple mix of flour, water, yeast, and salt that our grandparents used. What you're really eating now is often a food-like product that is full with chemicals. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. thinks that modern bread is more of an experiment in industry than something you would want to give to your family. Let's start with one thing that will make you sick. L-cysteine is a frequent dose softener. Where did it come from? Believe it or not, it's hair from people. Yes, a lot of it comes from salon floors in other countries where rules are silly. That sandwich you ate for lunch? It might have had a haircut for someone. And it gets worse. Have you ever heard of calcium propionate? It's added to keep mold from growing, but it has also been linked to stomach troubles and even behavioral difficulties in kids. If your child is having meltdowns and you know it's not because of sugar, check their bread. Azodicarbonamide is another chemical that is so problematic that it is illegal in Europe and Australia. In America, it's still okay to put in bread. It breaks down into chemicals that are linked to cancer and breathing problems when heated. It's utilized in yoga mats and sneaker soles. Why do we eat this stuff? It keeps bread soft and fresh for a long time. Store-bought bread is generally manufactured with refined white flour, which takes out fiber and minerals. It's like eating calories that don't fill you up. And a lot of loaves, including those that say whole grain, are full of high fructose corn syrup. Your healthy sandwich can be raising your blood sugar instead of giving your body the nutrients it needs. This can lead to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. But we still trust bread because it seems familiar. It smells good, is cheap, and makes us feel at home. But sometimes, the nicest face is the most dangerous. So here's what you can do: look over the ingredients very carefully. Stay away from brands that use substances you can't say. Support local bakers who still make bread the old-fashioned way. Or even better, make your own. It's simpler than you think, and you'll know for sure that it doesn't include any shoe sole ingredients or hair salon sweepings in it. You'll want to hear what's next because bread, the most fundamental food we trust, can hide this much poison. 2. Ketchup. Let's chat about the red bottle in your fridge. Ketchup may look harmless, but it's a great manipulator in disguise. You can drizzle it on anything, including fries, burgers, or eggs. It has a sweet, sour, and familiar taste. But what's truly in there? 2 tablespoons of ketchup can have more sugar than a cookie with chocolate chips. And most folks pour it on like it's water. But here's the catch: that sweet taste is made to be addictive. It makes you want to eat more and more. And it's not just sugar, it's usually high fructose corn syrup, which is the worst type. Not only does it make food taste better, but it also hurts your heart, boosts your triglyceride levels, and adds to belly fat. It's like every day you give your heart a greater and heavier backpack to carry. And how about salt? It has a lot of it. Not only does too much sodium raise your blood pressure, it can also cause inflammation, joint pain, and even kidney stones. If you already have stomach problems, ketchup can make them worse. Citric acid and malic acid are 2 things that can cause acid reflux and heartburn, making your favorite meal one you regret for hours. So the next time you go to grab that bottle, think about this: are you adding flavor or making long-term health concerns worse? Just because a dish is popular, cheap, or comes in a recognizable package doesn't mean you should trust it. This is only the start. Next, we'll show you even more things you eat every day that are bad for you. Hit that subscribe button, because what comes next could change the way you see your dinner plate for good. And don't forget about the fake preservatives that are in that ketchup bottle. It's fantastic news for businesses since it stays good for months on the shelf, but it's bad news for your body. These chemicals don't just sit there. They tamper with your insulin, put stress on your organs, and slowly enhance your risk of becoming type 2 diabetes. Your body works extra hard to deal with the chemicals, preservatives, and sweets until it can't take it anymore. So maybe it's time to quit letting ketchup be the lovely companion at your dinner table, when it's really the one that's draining your health behind the scenes. Want a better choice? Make your own with genuine tomatoes, a little salt, and spices that are good for you. Some smaller, local brands still don't use corn syrup or preservatives. But here's the broader question: if something as simple as ketchup can betray you this severely, what more is in your kitchen that you don't know about? Smiling pleasantly while hurting your health from the inside out? You might not want to eat the next one. 3. Hot dogs. A hot dog in a soft bun, maybe with mustard and relish on top. It looks like the easiest comfort food in the world, doesn't it? But if you take off the wrapper, you won't simply be eating meat. You're eating a science experiment with a side of lies. Let's start with what the business terms meat emulsion. It sounds nice, but it's simply crumbs. Ground up pieces of pig, beef, or chicken are mixed with fat, spices, and preservatives to make a paste. Then, the mixture is pumped into tubes. And what about the cheap ones? They're worse. They are formed from scraps like skin, tendons, and gristle. Some of them are even manufactured with mechanically separated meat, which means they use machines that scrape bones clean with tremendous pressure. That means blood arteries, connective tissue, and cartilage, among other things. Things mixed together in what you term a snack. It's not simply meat anymore. It's a trick. And what's really dangerous? Nitrates and nitrites of sodium. These chemicals keep hot dogs pink and fresh-looking for weeks. But a lot of studies have also found that they are associated to tumors of the digestive system. That's why the World Health Organization said that processed meats, like hot dogs, have the same cancer risk as cigarettes. Yes, you heard that right. Every bite could be as bad for you as smoking a cigarette. And it doesn't end there. Hot dogs are full of saturated fat and sodium, which is bad for your health in two ways: it elevates blood pressure, harms the heart, and makes chronic illnesses like obesity and stroke worse. But here's the part that no one wants to speak out loud: contamination. Tests done by independent labs detected human DNA in several hot dogs. That's not a joke. That's a disaster for cleanliness. Some vegetable hot dogs even tested positive, which shows that the problem isn't only with the meat, it's with the overall system's hygiene. What can you do then? If you still like the taste of smoke, look for sausages cooked in your area using full cuts of real pork and natural spices. Or you could just grill fresh meat yourself. You can be sure of what's going in and what's not. If a hot dog can hide this many nasty truths, then think about what's coming next. 4. Shrimp. Shrimp appears clean, delicate, and even fancy on a dish. But what if I told you that those little pink crustaceans are transporting more dirt than you could possibly think? Let's begin at the beginning. A lot of shrimp originate from ponds that are too full in places like Thailand, India, and Vietnam, where disease spreads quickly. The quick fix? A lot of antibiotics. Even though some of these medications are illegal in the US and Europe, they nonetheless enter into shrimp that is sent to retailers in the US. What does that mean for you, then? Each mouthful could leave behind drug residue, which could make your body less responsive to real medicines when you really need them. But the drugs aren't the only thing. Sodium triphosphate is a chemical that makes shrimp look plump and juicy. It seems technical, but the repercussions are personal: allergies, problems with the stomach, chemical accumulation in your body over time. And what about that perfect texture? It costs something. But the harm goes much beyond your plate. Shrimp farms are cutting down mangrove forests, which are among the most important ecosystems on Earth, to meet demand. These woods safeguard the shoreline, store a lot of carbon, and give marine creatures a place to live. When we bulldoze them for shrimp farms, we lose nature's defense system and make climate change happen faster. And what about the trash from these shrimp ponds? It makes the water nearby dirty, making it impossible for anything to live in such areas. Do you still think that wild caught is the answer? Sorry, but no. Trawling is a common way to catch wild shrimp. It involves large nets dragging across the ocean floor. They don't simply catch shrimp, they kill everything in their way, including coral reefs and sea turtles. It's one of the worst ways to fish on Earth. But the most terrible fact is, it's not about shrimp, it's about people. Shrimp farms have been linked to forced labor, human trafficking, and even child labor in places where labor laws aren't very strong. To get a cheap shrimp cocktail, workers are stuck in terrible conditions, paid very little, and made to work long hours in dangerous places. So the next time you see shrimp on sale, think about this: what are you really buying? Is it worth the risk to your health, the ocean, or other people? These aren't just random warnings. They are the true stories behind the cuisine we trust the most. Before you eat again, take a moment to look past the box and think about it. There are yet more stunning facts to come, and the next one may be in your fridge right now. All of this, the chemicals, the destruction to the environment, and even the abuse of people, just so your shrimp can look pristine when it gets to the store. So the next time you put shrimp in cocktail sauce, think about this: is it worth ingesting a chain of pain that goes from the mangroves to the ocean floor and even to the hands who plucked it out of the water for a few seconds of flavor? You might look for shrimp that is certified as sustainable, or you could just skip it entirely. Because sometimes the real cost of a cheap shrimp meal is too great for any of us to handle. Canned mushrooms are number 5. When you open a can of mushrooms, you expect tender slices that are ready to go in your pan, right? You probably don't expect to be eating dinner with maggots and mites. Yes, for real. Food rules say that this is okay because it would cost too much time and money to get rid of every bug on those mushrooms. So instead of cleaning them well, they just allow a few additional ones in. The FDA says that every 600 grams of canned mushrooms can have up to 20 maggots in them. Some can grow to be more than 2 millimeters long, which is long enough to see but short enough to miss if you're not paying attention. The rules say that 75 mites are okay for every 100 grams, which is even worse. That implies that when you open that container, you can see a whole neighborhood of tiny things. And these bugs aren't just harmless. If maggots come into contact with decomposing material before being put in your food, they could carry bacteria. Cooking might kill the bugs, but it won't get rid of the things they touched. Your stir-fried or mushroom soup could be transporting a lot more than just mushrooms. Yes, it's a little harder to clean and cut fresh mushrooms. But you do know what you're eating. When you eat canned mushrooms, you give up all control and trust a system that says it's okay to feed you bugs. So, think about this: is it really worth putting invisible bugs on your food for a few minutes of convenience? If canned mushrooms, which are a common pantry item, can hide this much dirt under a clean label, what else is getting into your food without you knowing? 6th, seafood. Seafood is often thought of as healthy. It's fresh, low in fat, and full of protein, right? Well, that depends on where it came from. Let's talk about how seafood gets to your table. It's not just a guy with a rod on a dock when it comes to industrial fishing. It's floating factories pulling huge nets through the water. These nets don't just catch fish. They catch everything, even endangered species like sharks, dolphins, and turtles. Most of these innocent animals are pulled in, crushed, or smothered, and then thrown back, either dead or dying. This isn't fishing. It's a lot of destruction. And what happens once the fish are caught? Things don't get better. Fish are thrown onto dirty decks, where they flop around in their own blood and slime. A lot of them are gutted while they are still alive, while others are thrown into ice that smells like death because it has been used so many times. Seafood may look fresh when it gets to your plate, but it's already been through a lot. Some people have spent hours or days sitting in ice, blood, and feces that had melted. Then there are the processing plants, where fish are chopped up, packed, and stored. A lot of these places have big hygiene problems, like filthy surfaces, cross-contamination, and bad storage that lets bacteria grow. And we haven't even brought up the workers yet. To accommodate our need for cheap fish, many seafood processing workers work long hours, get paid little, and work in dangerous conditions. Do you still like that seafood platter? Eat fish judiciously if you want to. Get seafood from local, traceable, and sustainable sources. You might also just skip it. It's time to ask what you're really eating when your meal hurts the oceans, exploits people, and puts your health at risk. 7. Burgers. There it is, that hot, greasy burger from fast food beneath bright lights. It smells like a nice place. It seems familiar. What could be wrong with a juicy burger, a soft bun, and gooey cheese? Let's take it apart. A normal fast food burger can have more than 1,000 calories, and that's not even counting the fries or soda. That's already half, or maybe all, of what you should eat in a day, yet it's only one sandwich. But the actual problem isn't just the number of calories, it's what those calories are made of. That burger? It is often manufactured from cattle that was raised on a factory farm and is full of antibiotics, hormones, and scraps of meat that are all blended together into one disc. Some chains employ beef trimmings that were originally exclusively good for pet food. Now they are treated with ammonia and placed back into meals for people. The end product is a burger that appears normal but has a lot of preservatives, sodium, and saturated fat. A mixture that steadily makes you gain weight, get heart disease, and get diabetes, one mouthful at a time. That bun that is soft and buttery? You'd expect to see a lot of high fructose corn syrup, refined flour, and dough conditioners in an industrial kitchen, not your home. The cheese isn't safe either. A lot of the cheeses in fast food are processed slices, not real cheese. They are full of fake colors, stabilizers, and chemicals that make them last longer but are bad for your health. So the next time you want a burger, consider about what it truly gives you: a quick taste of flavor, a ticket to high blood sugar, cardiac strain, and inflammation for a long time. It is marketed as a convenience, but the health cost is everything but. The more we learn, the clearer it becomes. The foods that we trust the most are often the ones that hurt us the most. Next, we're going to talk about another common item that you probably already have in your cupboard. It's not only harmful, but it's also very deceiving. Number 7. Burgers from fast food places. That hot burger under the bright lights of a fast food restaurant promises comfort, ease, and a taste that will make you want more. But if you take off the wrapper, the truth is hard to take in. A single burger at a fast food restaurant can have more than 1,000 calories, not including fries or a drink. That treat makes you gain weight and raises your chances of obesity, heart disease, and other health problems. The fat? It sticks to your arteries like grease on an old stove, slowly cutting off blood flow. The salt? It puts too much stress on your body, making your heart work harder and raising your blood pressure. You shouldn't simply worry about the nutrition label, though. It's what the patty is made of. That flesh may come from many different animals in many different nations. It was crushed up in large quantities and shaped into a perfect circle. Are you still hungry? Pink slime is a filler created from cow wastes that have been treated with ammonia to eliminate microorganisms. Yes, ammonia. People routinely put this material into patties and sell them as 100% beef. And how do you keep it fresh? Preservatives and flavor enhancers hide the chemical taste that comes after. So the next time you open up that burger, ask yourself if you're actually eating food or just a lab experiment that someone is selling as dinner. Making your own burger might take longer, but at least you'll know what's in it. Number 8. Coffee from Kopi Luwak. People say that Kopi Luwak is the most expensive coffee in the world. No one is talking about the terrible truth behind the high price tag, though. The beans that go into this strange-sounding drink are digested by civet cats. Wild civets used to consume the ripest coffee cherries, which naturally made the beans better. But what about today? Most civets are raised on farms that are quite bad. They are kept in small cages and fed nothing but coffee cherries, which takes away their natural diet and independence. They are converted into coffee machines to meet the needs of the world, even when they are unwell, agitated, and not getting enough food. And what about the luxury? Most of it is phony. Studies suggest that as much as 80% of the Kopi Luwak sold is fake. It's just regular beans that have been given a new name to make a lot of money. And even when it is real, it is frequently of poorer quality because it was forced to eat. If someone brags about drinking the world's rarest coffee, ask them if it's uncommon in taste or in cruelty. Real luxury should never hurt animals or be based on lies. There are so many amazing coffees available today that are ethically sourced that you may drink your coffee without feeling bad about it. Last word. So, here we are. These everyday things aren't as safe as they look. For example, burgers that hide chemical fillers and coffee that is made with cruelty. And that's the problem, they seem okay. They are sold as safe, palatable, and even luxurious. There are stories of pain, lies, and danger behind the packaging, though. This isn't about being scared. It's all about being aware. You can make choices that preserve your health, your wallet, and sometimes even the planet if you know the truth. Stay here if this made you think, even a little. Hit the bell and subscribe, because next time we're going to reveal even more things that they don't want you to know. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more, look at the videos that are showing up on your screen right now. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.